In today's video I'll be showing how I do digital typographic drawings, where I make a drawing using words instead of the typical brush strokes. To start with, I make my template. This just turned into a standard digital drawing. Then once I've got my template, I lower the opacity and start writing the words on a new layer. The words I'm using for this drawing are a selection of skateboard trick names. I get that this is basically tracing, but it's tracing over a drawing I've already done, so I feel no guilt. I usually start by doing a base layer. Getting down a flat layer of tones helps me to see the general idea of the drawing. For the first layer I like to keep the words as readable as possible, so I try to limit any overlap. I don't worry too much about tones and details just yet. I really just want something basic to give me more of a template. I leave some areas blank in this drawing. It helps with the nice silhouette look. I also make some words different sizes, just to add a bit of difference and interest to the image. The hair is really detailed in the original image, so I had a feeling I'd have to lose some of that on the typographic drawing. Once I've got the first base layer down, I start going over it again, adding thickness to the tones and mapping out the details. I use a thicker brush size and larger writing to speed up the process a little bit. I usually do cross-hatching for the bigger areas. Going across the previous layer is a great way to add thickness to the tone. But then in the thinner folds of the clothes where there's not much space to cross-hatch with the words, I'll just go over the top in the same direction, sometimes using a thicker brush just to help it get to where I need it. I keep checking between the template and the typography layer, making sure I'm getting the tones right. I sometimes go over thicker areas with thin writing to add a more subtle tonal change. If you're enjoying this video, remember to like and subscribe to see more art stuff. I plan on doing more tutorials and educational stuff for anyone wanting to learn how to draw. The main part of typographic drawing for me is just layering and layering, making sure it's as thick as I need it to be. It can be a long process, but once you've got the basic layers and details down, it's really just a lot of fine-tuning. And then we do the same for the background as we finish up. And we take a moment to appreciate the mic twist over a helicopter. It might look tough or complicated, but it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's the same basic principle of photo recreation. Just making sure everything's where it's supposed to be, and making sure your layers are as thick as you want them to be. And we're finished. They're not as photorealistic as I usually aim for, but they have their own cool style. But let me know what you think.